Boys and girls, thank you very much. Would you rather be in the dome playing forward than talking to me here? Yeah?
What is the best question you've ever been asked in an interview?
What a great question that is. Just off the top of my head, and there's probably others, was when David Bernstein, who at the time was the chairman of the English Football Association, asked me if I would like to be the manager of the England football team. I obviously said yes. I think that's probably the best question I was ever asked. Just behind that, maybe, was when I was asked to be the manager of Inter in Milan. That was a nice moment too. But if I had to choose one, I'd choose that question, which I got from David Bernstein. Would you like to become the new manager of England?
So, what is your favourite Avenger character?
Oh dear, you got me there, Zach, I'm afraid. I'm far too old and too serious these days. I don't read Avenger comics or books. In fact, it's a major problem for me. I like quiz programs, and I think I'm quite good at quiz programs. But then you get questions like this: what's your favourite Avengers character, or who plays Mrs. So and So in EastEnders? And I'm finished because I don't know. I never watch them, so I've got no idea. I'm afraid. Who's your favourite?
Mine is Thor. Thor.
Door? D-O-R?
T-H.
Oh, Thor. Oh yeah, Thor, the famous Norwegian god. Yes. All right, I'll take that one then. In future, if I'm ever seeing Avengers, I'll also take Thor as well, like you. Thor's good. The god of thunder.
I've got one more question. What is the best ever football atmosphere or games that's had the best atmosphere?
I'd probably say the games in Italy between either Inter and Milan or Inter and Juventus. They were very special. But I've had some interesting atmospheres abroad as well. I remember playing with Switzerland in Turkey, in Istanbul, at the home of Galatasaray, the stadium there. That was a good atmosphere as well. So I've had a few in my time.
And my other question is, what do you do in your free time?
I like to do things with my wife, and that includes golf, because I quite like to play golf, but we play together. I don't play in competitions, or I don't play with my mate, because golf can take you away from home for long periods of time. So I tend to play with my wife, and we like to travel. We like to just even walk around the town. But apart from that, I think probably my major interest is reading. I like to read. I'm a reader.
Who's the most hard-working player you've ever worked with?
At Inter, for example, Zanetti was probably one of the hardest working players, I would think, in that team. At Crystal Palace we had several, but I'd go with James MacArthur, Andros Townsend, fantastic hard-working players. And there's a lot of players here as well who are hard-working. It's a quality that we as football coaches don't take for granted. We love hard-working players because we believe that the harder you work, the less chance there will be that you will fail. Are you a hard worker?
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you've got a little bit of doubt there. Looks like maybe there's a bit. Here's a big question to you.
I think
Are you an attacking player?
No.
You're a defender. Do you like to run forward when your team's attacking and join in?
Sometimes.
Okay. Do you get back when you've lost the ball?
Yeah.
Always?
No, not
Oh, there you are. So there's a bit of hard work you've got to add to your game. When I run forward and help the team out and lose the ball, I've got to put the hard work in to get back in position. So there you are. Something today, a little tip I've given you.
Who is your role model?
My role model. One was a guy called Bobby Robson, the other one was David Sexton, and the third one was Don Howe, who actually worked at Arsenal just across the road here at London Colony. They were my three role models as a coach. As a player, again, I'm going way too far back in time for any of you here, but my role model then was a guy called Johnny Byrne, who played for Crystal Palace and West Ham and England, he was my role model. He was the one I wanted to be. But I was no good and he was good.
Hello, and my question today is, if you wasn't a football manager, what job would you have?
Very good question. I know the answer though. It's not a job I'd have really wanted or liked, but I'd have been a sports teacher.
How many different languages?
Stephanie, you have to stand on the chair, yeah?
Do you want to stand up?
No, go on. I'm only joking. Go on.
How many different languages can you speak?
Does English count?
Yeah.
Can I count English? Okay, then it's 5. I can speak well Swedish and French. I can and pretty well I can speak Italian, and I can get by in German, and I'm learning Spanish at the moment. But the problem with learning Spanish is it's very similar to Italian in a way, so it's not going to be easy for me when I try to start speaking it, because I'm going to want to speak Italian rather than Spanish because it's very similar. But I can definitely speak three good ones plus English, and one not so good, but I can get by.
My question is, how do you stop the players from feeling nervous before games?
No, that's an even better question, James. I don't know that you do. A certain amount of nervousness before games is not a bad thing anyway. You know, I think that if ever you lost that nervousness before the game, that sort of feeling that you get that it's important today, and you know, I don't want to do badly, I don't want to let myself or the team down. I think some of that is what you need to produce your performance. So I think it would be foolish to think that not being nervous at all is a great advantage. It might not be, but of course, unfortunately, if you get too nervous, you then don't start to do the things that you are capable of doing or comfortable with doing. So it's a very delicate balance. I think the only thing you can really hope to do is to establish with the players a routine that they're comfortable with and a preparation going into the game that they're comfortable with, so they don't have anything sort of disturbing them which is unusual, so they can really concentrate and, you know, build themselves up, if you like, to give the right sort of performance. But some will be more nervous than others, there's no doubt about that, and I honestly don't know, in all my football career, no one's ever really taught me or shown me this is what you do to stop players getting nervous before a game. Maybe the answer's out there, but I've never learned it.
Boys and girls, can you give Roy Hodgson a big round of applause?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your football. Don't forget, enjoy your football. Football's to be enjoyed. It's not a pain. Once you stop enjoying it, then you've got to stop playing. So try and keep enjoying it.